Hey guys, it's Octavia. Today is January the 12th, 2017. I am excited to be able to come back to you and give you an update on what's going on. So, I'm going to just jump into the stats. I began this particular journey at 260 pounds. My highest weight, I think, was like 270, 278, but that was like years down the road, way in my 20s. But I recall being that overweight. So, but my highest weight here on this journey has been 260. Began in August of 2016. That's when I had my surgery in Alexandria, Louisiana. I'm only giving this information because typically when people vlog about it, they always tell their doctor's name. Well, Dr. Samuel Bledsoe. Since they're saying their doctor's names, I might as well say mine. But Dr. Sam Bledsoe is just an incredible surgeon, and he performed my surgery on August 9th of 2016. So here I am in January, starting out at 260. I'm officially down 60 pounds. I remember hitting my 200 mark just a couple of days ago, and I was so excited. I took a picture of the scale. I had to take a picture of it. And I'll tell you this, I was so excited that I was actually below the average gas price. Right now, our gas prices average about $2.03, $2.09, and it just felt good for once to be underneath that number. So anyway, looking for Wonderland, not sure when it's going to happen. I'm not going to stress out about it. As you'll recall, a couple of weeks ago, or maybe several weeks ago, I was in Tennessee for our Christmas vacation. I was there. We had an incredible time. I was just a couple of pounds from Wonderland, and I was told the closer you get to your weight, your goal weight, that it does take a little bit longer, and it takes longer for that scale to just kind of catch up. So not trying to worry about that. I feel good. I want to just jump into I wrote this down, you guys. Jump into some non-scale victories. I think it's important to talk about that. Non-scale victories are those things that you experience when it has nothing to do with the scale. You just understand that you feel better. And that is what's important to me. I notice usually when I cross my legs that big girls, big guys understand that. You notice the difference when you cross your legs and you're probably 40 pounds lighter, you feel the difference. And I was just noticing one day that the ease of crossing my legs has just become more of a norm than anything. Now, is it healthy for our bodies? Probably not. I read something somewhere where you shouldn't cross your legs for the purposes of your veins. I don't know about that. I'm just telling you that these thighs can cross now. So I'm really excited about that. Also, I noticed that I have bones in my body. I know there's 206, but I couldn't feel them all. And I have hip bones. I know that seems like it's shocking, but there's hip bones underneath all that. Not going to get too graphic, but there's hip bones, man. That's exciting. There's hip bones. I've always felt my ribs. I really didn't I've had weight in the midsection before, and I've lost weight before to be able to feel my ribs. Collarbones, people get excited about that. Hey, that's great. I know the feeling whenever you start feeling that collarbone. Oh yeah, I'm losing some weight, and that's exciting. But I had already experienced that in my past weight losses, and then I gained weight again. However, old girl have never experienced that hip bone, and knowing that was there. And I just wonder how skinny girls moving along. But I don't know how small I'm gonna get, but I'm gonna be watching out for that hip bone because those suckers probably can hurt. I'm just thinking the more I lose weight and there's less meat in that area, moving on. So that's a non-scale victory for me. Another was being able to get into a size 10. And I'm not sure if I blogged about this before, but I'm going to quickly talk about it now. Back in my day, because y'all know that I'm happily 40 years old now. I'm excited about being fit at 480 months. Back in my day, the size to be was a size 10, and that was the size. And nowadays, young girls and even older women are talking about size 0, 2, 4. I don't know if that's the fashion industry that causes us to want to do that, But zeros and twos and fours, that wasn't the thing. A size 10 was the thing. So, having said that, I will say that I was able to officially get into a size 10. And I'm telling you, I can't recall ever being into a size 10. So I was able to fit in that dress. I took a picture of the tag just to make sure that it was real, you know. Now I'm aware that fashion designers, they fluctuate those sizes. But listen, I bought that outfit. It says size 10, and bless God, I'm sticking with it. Also, I want to cover something about body dysmorphia. I think I said that right. Anyway, I think that when you go through a transformation as such with your weight loss, it's very difficult to mentally see yourself smaller. I went into a store that was closing. I won't say the name, doesn't really matter. They're closing nationwide, and I found this cute little skirt, which was $69. I got it for $6. I was excited. It was a size 14. Bear in mind, I just said I got into a size 10, right? But my mindset says 14 is safe. It's good. I've been there. I know it. I feel comfortable, in that area. Well, there was a size 4 dress. I mean, absolutely beautiful. Very sleek, just nice. Size 4. It was a $99 dress for about $8 to $9. And I didn't buy it. Because I'm not sure if I can see myself in a 4. Sticking with this plan, most definitely I will probably be able to connect with a 4. But I can't wrap my mind around that. Even when I shop, I passed up a good dress because I mentally could not see myself in that. So I'm working on that. I am aware that that's part of the process of these types of surgeries. So I'm okay with it. I'm aware. And I think the first thing is being aware and being able to admit it. So I kind of regret I didn't buy that dress, but part of me didn't want to have that 4 sitting in the closet looking for that goal and not being able to achieve it and being depressed over a 4, especially when probably I'll be in a size 8 and I'm complaining about a 4. But anyway, so I'm working on that. I'm working on whenever I go shopping, for my clothing, typically I go just head on over to the big girl section. It's still taking me taking me a while to change my mindset, and I'm aware of that. So I'm working on it. Hopefully, the next 6 months that I will begin to change that, because I still see myself at 250. I have to look in the mirror sometime, and I catch half my backside. I'm thinking, oh, that's less of me. And I know I feel better, but sometimes I still feel like my old self mentally. So all of you have endured the surgery. You're familiar with this. And those of you who are thinking about it, don't let this freak you out. It's totally worth it. It's just part of the process. And that's why I blog about it. I think if you're considering making this change in your life, you probably need to really consider it. Pray about it. But it will be one of the best decisions you can make in your life, of course, besides salvation. And so that's pretty much what I want to talk to you about. Leaving. I've got one more thing. I've got to say this. So I'll make it really quick. I'm learning when I go out to eat, people want to offer you something to drink all the time, when you go out to a regular restaurant. And I typically say, that's okay. No, thank you. It's fine. And they'll say, are you sure? I'm fine. Thank you. Well, one day this gentleman was there and he said, can I get you something to drink? And my husband and I, we were eating and ready to eat. And I said, no, thank you. And he says, are you sure? And so I thought I would, help him out and just let him know, listen, this is the reason why. I said, I had just recently had weight loss surgery. He goes, oh, okay. Well, what can I get you to eat? So I went ahead and ordered. I said, we're at Texas Roadhouse. I might as well say that. And I said, I would like the ribs because I'm looking at protein. I like the ribs. He goes, a half or a whole rack? And I said, a whole rack. Instantly, that's a lot of ribs. That's how he said it. Yeah, just like that. I remember that look. Are you sure you can eat that? And at that point, I stopped and I said, yes. For a moment, I said, yes. It's called leftovers. Okay, I just wanted you to know. And so at some point, he instantly thought he was an authority on the subject, that he wanted to make sure that I wasn't getting too much food. I said I didn't want water. I knew what I wanted. So I'm learning, and I was really nice to him, and we gave him a tip, of course, but I just thought, you know what, next time, Octavia, just take the water. If they ask you, do you want to drink, just take the water and the ice and leave it alone. Now I see what it's like for a lot of people, sleevers, who go out to eat, and you don't want to just waste water because you're not going to drink it. You have to wait 30 minutes before you eat, before you drink, and probably 20 or 30 minutes afterwards. So you don't want to sit there. Also, I've learned just not to have the bread. Whenever I go to places like that, if they say, do you want bread, just don't bring it to the table, because I ended up like taking some of that butter and I ate some of that bread. Sure did. Regretted it later, but it was good for the moment. But so I'm thinking, I learned from every instance I'm in, I learned to just say, you know what, I'm going to learn from this particular thing. So I've learned, A, whenever a waiter or waitress asks me, do I want water? Just take the water. They don't need to know your business. And B, pass on the chips and the salsa, pass on the bread and the butter. Just let's not bring it to the table, because we may or may not be strong enough. So anyway, you guys, I thank you so much for all of you who have subscribed. Thank you. Please share the video. Let some other folks know about it. I hope it encourages them. I typically just ramble on, and I try to keep my videos short. This is probably one of the longer ones because I felt like chatting today. So if you don't keep watching to the end, hey, I completely understand. I just had to get some stuff off my chest. So please subscribe, like, and share. I'm also on Facebook. Listen, go to my website, simplyoctavia.com, simplyoctavia.com. There I have all of my blogs. So if you're just catching this one and you hadn't seen the first one of my journey, go to simplyoctavia.com, click on the blog, and you can see that. So if you haven't done so already, please subscribe and like the video. I appreciate it. It's just support. Hey, if you're going on this journey, I support you too, and I'll subscribe back to you. So I love you guys. Thank you so much. I'm hoping you're enjoying the new year, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.